Hey guys, Jennifer Gabiola, and I didn't really have anything planned today. But I feel really moved to share. The title of this Facebook Live is "Let Me See Beauty, Let Me See Love, Let Me See God." So where that came from is I've been reading this book. Let me show you. It's called "Think and Grow Rich" by Pam Grout, and it's really like talks about gratitude, but it's like a whole nother level. And so in the book, she mentions that phrase, and it really resonated with me. Let me see beauty, let me see love, let me see God. So what I've been doing is when I wake up in the morning, ever since I got the book last week, when I wake up, I have been thinking about that. Let me see beauty, let me see love, let me see God. And for real, like magical things have happened. I've already like for the past few months I've been really getting this message to allow myself to receive more, and so this book came perfect time, and this phrase just really to allow myself to see more beauty more fully, and to allow myself to see more love, and to allow myself to experience more of God. Um, yeah, it's deep. And so, what I wanted to share was a story about yesterday. Um, well, uh, basically yesterday, I gave myself a day like to myself. And I had a lot of guilt around it, like, oh no, you don't need to spend a whole day to yourself. You have things to do, or like lots of guilt came up. But what's interesting is this phrase milk and honey um, kept coming into my space over the past, let's say, 3 weeks or so. I'd see it like online, or I'd see it like in a book I saw at this bookstore. I saw it in a business card. So I took it as like, okay, God, you obviously want me to experience or do something with this whole milk and honey thing. So I thought maybe it might be the book, read the book. It wasn't the book because I looked through the book. And then there's a spa here in Houston called Milk and Honey. So I actually found out about the spa probably like a week or two ago. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm supposed to go there. But my ego was like, no, you don't need to go. That's you have other things you could do. But yesterday on Monday, it felt so like clear, like make an appointment there and go, and don't feel guilty about it. Just go. So I made an appointment, and there was only one appointment left. Usually they're booked, and I had like before the appointment, I went to this like Indian place right across from it. I even shared pictures in our group. Um, but honestly, yesterday was so what I needed. I mean, I went from like the Indian spot, the restaurant. It was really good, and then I went to this design studio, which I mean that totally like up really inspired me because the design there was exquisite, but had this like surreal element. And my background is in design, and I love beauty, so that really like filled me up. It was just to be around like such like beauty. Um, and then after that, I went to the spa, and the spa was it was beautiful because it was modern, but it had so much soul. It was like it was organic, and that really resonated with me because I love things that are modern, but there has to be some sort of like human real element. I don't like things to be too modern because then it feels too like sterile. And the people there were so kind, and the masseuse I found out later was the masseuse is actually the most popular um, requested masseuse, and she really was so kind and helpful with like the stuff that I was like dealing with like in my body, and she was like so helpful and really I mean, I just really wanted to share this experience with you, is because as introverts, it's so important that we allow ourselves to trust our instincts, to really tune in and really feel into what we need and to really take action on that. Yesterday, I could have done like some other things, but again, I kept whenever I see things that come into my space, like mm, twice, but definitely three times, I pay attention because I honestly, at this point, I don't believe in coincidences. So when I saw that name, Milk and Honey, like so many times, I was like, okay, obviously there's something here for me. And because I gave myself that experience yesterday, I mean, I felt so nourished, and it was empowering to know that I gave that to myself, and I don't know, I just felt so inspired to share that with you, just to encourage you to. I know that we're all busy, especially if you have your own business, but give yourself what you need to honor your energy. Give yourself what you need to fill your spirit. Like, that is not a luxury. That is like essential for you to feel like happy and to feel whole and to feel joyful. And I highly recommend this book, Think and Grow Rich by Pam Grout, because it really talks about gratitude as a way of life. Because I would always think of gratitude as like, yeah, just being thankful. It was helpful, but it wasn't like I don't know how to describe it. But if you read the book, it just talks about in such depth, and it's also a very practical way that for me, I've made a personal commitment that I'm making gratitude a daily, regular practice for me to really allow myself to recognize the blessings that I already have. That way, I can like constantly live on that frequency of recognizing everything that I already have, so that I can allow more blessings to come in. Because I don't know about you, but my ego wants to focus on the negative all the time. It's like, oh, I you know, this sort of lack mentality. And I've realized this is a big thing I've realized just recently, is that feeling small, that's your ego's way to have a sense of control. But I'm realizing that I don't need that pressure or that burden or that limitation in order for me to constantly prove my worth. Because I realize that if I'm not constantly proving my worth, then who am I? Like, I identified so much with the proving part, that the idea of like removing myself from that was just like, whoa, I don't know myself without that constant like proving, because that's like how I grew up. So I'm slowly like unlearning that for myself, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I just encourage you to be kind and loving and patient and compassionate with yourself, and really, really give yourself what you need. Really, because at the end of the day, you are more than what you do. And I shared a post yesterday that it's like the real work is not in the doing, because believe me, I am like a workhorse. I can get shit done, but what I'm understanding, what I'm feeling more and more, is it's about being. You giving yourself permission to be, and to really operate from that place of slowing down and honoring that stillness and honoring your intuition and taking action from that place. That's real power. For real, that is real power. We can distract ourselves with doing and doing, and inspired action is good, but it needs to come from a deeply guided place. So for me, yesterday was so nourishing and healing for me that I'm for this week, I'm allowing myself to feel into like, what is it I need to do, instead of like having to do a lot of things just to feel productive. And I've gotten a lot better, but I just want to share all this experience with you, because hopefully you can relate. But yeah, I don't know, like I can feel things are shifting. I can really, really feel things are shifting, that I'm entering like a new season of allowing more and receiving more. And to understand that receiving is necessary. giving is necessary, but also receiving is on the other side of that coin. So I hope this was helpful for you to remind you that um, your instincts are really, really powerful and important. And especially as an introvert, to trust your instincts, because that's really what's going to help you give yourself what you need and then to operate from a place that feels true. So if you, I'm not sure who I saw some people hop on. If you want to ask a question or comment, you can share a comment here just so we can connect. But I just, excuse me, I just felt inspired to chat on the fly, because and reflect on what happened yesterday, and to encourage you to also give yourself what you need, because that's how you're going to live a life that feels sustainable and enjoyable and true to you, and that's what I want for you. Okay, well, I will chat with you more in the group. This Thursday, we're gonna have the first free training talking about your brand. So that's at Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. So I hope you can make it. And if you can't make it, you can always, in the group, share comments, questions, and then I'll do my best to answer questions on Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. Anything about your brand or visibility or anything really. I have over, what is it now? Over 18 years of experience in branding and design and marketing. So, yeah, just wanted to see if I could be of service. So I look forward to seeing you on Thursday and chatting with you in our Quiet Voice Big Impact community. Okay, bye.